What's up, traders? Welcome to another video here in the mini free course series. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Fibonacci, my Fibonacci settings, how I use the Fibonacci, and what is a valid Fibonacci setup and what's not a valid Fibonacci setup. As I say in every single video, sit back, relax, take notes, get ready to learn, and please dedicate yourself to this video. With that being said, let's hop straight into this video. So first things first, I do want to show you guys my Fibonacci setups. These are custom settings, okay? So you want to make sure that you put these in right. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. You're going to go to settings, and here are the exact settings I have on my Fibonacci. Take a second, go through, put everything exactly how you see it on your Fibonacci in TradingView, and then you'll be ready to learn how I use my Fibonacci. Now that you have my Fibonacci settings, I can kind of break down how I use this Fibonacci, what these different numbers mean, and things of that nature. So first things first, if I'm pulling it to the upside like this, okay, we started here, pulled it up, that means we'd be looking for buy positions, correct? So here we have our gold zone. Anytime price rejects the 50 or 61.8 zone, sometimes the 38.2 zone is good too, but definitely this gold zone, okay? So if we see price reject this zone here, we would be looking for a buy position to reverse to the upside. Our stop loss is at our 90% zone. This is our recommended stop loss. We do not have to use the recommended Fibonacci stop loss that I have, but it's there just in case you can't find a good stop loss. Here's your recommended stop loss, okay? We have three take profits. We have our take profit 1, take profit 2, and take profit 3. Once price hits take profit 1, you take some of your money out, right? You take half your position, close it, let the rest run to 30. Once you hit 30, you put your stops here. And once you hit the final take profit, you either take all your money off the table or you put your stops to the point, or you take your stops and put them at the negative 30 percentile, okay? So with that being said, if price hits here, you either take some profit or you put your stops to break even. Once you hit here, your stops go here, and once you hit here, your stops would go here, or you finish the trade. Okay, it's very simple. Same thing if we are taking this to the downside, right? So boom. We would then stop loss, take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, same exact thing, okay? Let's go over the Fibonacci a little bit, and when we would use the Fibonacci, how we use the Fibonacci, okay? Fibonacci is kind of difficult. A lot of people do struggle with it, but I think that it's very valid. It's very nice to use because it does give you really, really clean entries, okay? So we're on GBP/JPY, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how I use my Fibonacci, okay? So what you want to really do with the Fibonacci is take your Fibonacci tool and run it from the first time price starts to push up or push down, okay? As you can see right here, price pushed up. From this point, we have a push to the upside, and price officially stops here, okay? So we're going to take our Fibonacci, push it to our high, which would actually be here, and then we're going to wait to see if price rejects our gold zone, okay? And here's a clean example for you guys. Take your Fibonacci from the bottom of this push where these blue candles start to form, and you're going to run that up to the high of that push. So this push from the bottom to the top equals here. Now we want to see if price is going to reject our 50 or 61.8 zone. As you guys can see, price clearly rejected our zone right there, which means guess what? We can take our buy position, have our take profit 1, 2, and 3 set up, and then have our stops at our recommended zone. As you guys can see, price here hit take profit 1, meaning you either, well, actually take profit 2 looks like it just about got hit as well. So, we either would have taken our half profit here, stops to break even, or close right at take profit 2. However the case, whatever you end up doing with it, that's your recommendations on the Fibonacci. Of course, you can do your own analysis, which you should. You should have your stops maybe below that support if you have a support. As you can see, if we pull this through, what do we have? Resistance, support. So our stops can go simply below that. And we can target either our next high, we can target, wherever we want to target, it just really depends. But realistically, we do have, examples, or not examples, but recommendations here for your stop loss and your take profits if you cannot find them yourself. Okay, it's a beautiful Fibonacci tool. Now let's look for a Fibonacci sell position to show you an example of that. Come on, downtrend or not? Just give it a minute, Wesley. Sorry. Take all this out, obviously. Let me just check to see if this is a Fibonacci on this push. No, it's not. What if we take it from this high? Push here? No. Sorry. I'll find one. Fuck. Gotta cut all that bullshit out now. Really? Can I just get a sell real quick? That's fucking annoying. Not there. Fucking annoying, bro. Here we go. All right, guys. So I found another example for you. If we take our Fibonacci from this push here, okay, as you can see, the price came down a bit, but we have that bullish candle and that little bit of a support. So we would actually take our Fibonacci from this pink candle here, this push here, right, the top of that push, to the bottom of that push, which is ending here. We then have a rejection to our gold zone Fibonacci, as well as under resistance used to be support. Multiple confirmations telling us to go down here. So realistically, take profit 2 got smashed. We took our short position. Stop loss at our recommendation. Take profit 2, smashed. As you can see, another winning Fibonacci trade. So Fibonacci is very difficult to understand, but once you do, it's amazing. It's amazing what you can do with it. You're going to get very solid entries. And if you're using it with trends, support, resistance, all that good stuff, it's just another confirmation to add that's going to help you out tremendously when it comes to trading. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is go through, mark up a bunch of examples, buy and sells, show you the Fibonacci, and then afterwards we'll talk about when it's valid and when it's not. Okay, so here we go. So as you guys can see, just in the few examples that I just showed, we did about 10. All of them hit take profit 2 or more. Very solid way to trade. Fibonacci is unbelievable. Oh my God. Fibonacci is unbelievably good, and you can really catch a lot of pips using it because it comes with recommended settings. Okay, I have my recommended settings on, and it's going to help you mentally because you're not going to say, like, where should I put it? Where should I put it? Well, you have the recommendations there. And I mean, it's something that a lot of people can't see. Okay, you can't see a 61.8 rejection if you don't use the Fibonacci. Things that people can't see, they're not using, giving you the benefits. Because if you can see it and it's too obvious, the banks can see it too, and they're most likely going to hit your stop loss on purpose, do things like that, because that's what banks do. When it comes down to it, Fibonacci is a huge tool, and I do recommend using it. Not all the time, but I do recommend using it when it comes to trading because it can really boost your trading. So dedicate yourself, learn the Fibonacci because it's going to be very well worth it in the future. Now, when is a Fibonacci not really, when should a Fibonacci not really be used? I would say if you have a Fibonacci, such as, for example, we'll say, it's going to be hard to find an example, but let's say, for example, this, right? Right here, if we marked from this push to the top, we do have a Fibonacci rejection here. But guess what else we have, guys? Major resistance. So realistically, your stop loss got hit, right? You go to take your buy here. Take profit 1 never got hit. So our take profit is where it's supposed to be on the third. And our stop loss is at our recommended stop loss. This is a losing trade. Why did this trade lose? Well, simply because we have the Fibonacci set up, okay? But look, we have a strong resistance as well. So this Fibonacci is not valid because we're at a very strong resistance, a resistance that we cannot break. So that is an example of a Fibonacci that's not valid. If you're on a resistance or support going the opposite way or the way you need to go, it's not a valid trade. And it's as simple as that. I hope this video brought a lot of knowledge to your brain on how to use a Fibonacci, what a Fibonacci is, and why it's very important that we use Fibonaccis when we trade because they are psychological retracement zones. With that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next video in our mini course series.